Hello and welcome back, or welcome new listeners to our channel. We're using a booklet which you can download as an ebook from this channel called Kamatthana, and we're on page 12. On page 11 we talked about some pariyatti and then patapati, and today we're talking about patapada. These are Pali words. I'm probably mispronouncing them, so forgive me for that. I just include them for those who may be interested in the Pali language. So a definition is a consistent, continuous practice. Another definition is the road or the path or the middle way. But the words consistent and continuous tell us that we can't be lazy, we can't be forgetful, we can't let the mind wander off and do what it's been prone to do for many lifetimes. In order to practice, we have to practice something called a constant conscious awareness. This is a definition of the practice of mindfulness. Magga is translated as the path, so that means the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. It includes moral conduct, virtue, morality, pronounced sila, concentration, samadhi, and panya. These were mentioned from page 11, the essentials of having a foundation of virtue, developing our concentration, which results in increased wisdom. And then these support each other. They're a kind of triangular rotation. The more our virtue is perfected, the better our concentration. The better our concentration, the deeper our wisdom. The deeper our wisdom, the more we want to be virtuous, and so on. So they're essential. We're not going to be successful if we think we can eliminate or skirt or avoid the practice of virtue, concentration, which results in wisdom. Right practice is not forgetting yourself or becoming heedless. So it's another way of saying a constant conscious awareness with clear comprehension. This is only possible as we deepen our meditation, which means we develop better and better, a better or deeper ability to stay focused. So for a very long time, I misunderstood meditation as being something I did when I sat down on the cushion. And when I stood up, then I wasn't meditating anymore. Well, in this tradition, when we stand up, we transition to another form of mental discipline called sati, or mindfulness practice. Technically, we can say a mindfulness practice is a form that our samadhi takes. If we have a very weak samadhi, if we're only meditating 10 or 20 minutes a day or once a day, or maybe longer, once or twice a week, we haven't yet developed the level of concentration that is essential to maintain mindfulness as we go about our daily life. During the Buddhist time, the duty of the monk was to practice walking and sitting meditation. Here's a quote from Mahabua, who I mentioned on the previous pages. So in the forest monk tradition, we are practicing continuously, consistently either sitting or walking. As you may know, the Buddha describes 4 postures where we can be practicing self-awareness and concentration. One is standing, one is sitting, one is walking, and one is lying down. Technically, we're going to be practicing concentration and mindfulness in all 4 of those postures as our practice deepens. That's our goal, to not have lapses, long lapses at 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, half a day, days on end, where we forget to pull our mind back to the object of our concentration, or pulling it back to the one who is watching as the one who knows. That is the practice of mindfulness. Pativedha is a gradual and complete realization of the 4 noble truths, which are knowledge, comprehension, and penetration, first-hand realization. What I want to stress first in that quote is gradual. Human nature, especially in certain cultures, is very, very impatient. We want everything fast, fast, fast. We want fast relief. We want fast service. We want to gain skills as quickly as possible with the least effort. So this is a tendency of the human mind, and it's supported in many cases by a culture that we live in. In this case, we're told slow down, calm down. This craving, this greedy desire to have success, immediate success, as quickly as possible, is definitely an obstacle to our practice. So we just keep on trying. As they say, when you bucked off the horse, you get up and get back on. Every time we lose concentration, every time we lose mindfulness, we don't spend any time regretting, lamenting, and feeling remorseful of a failure. We just bring the mind back to the object of our concentration, or we bring it back to the practice of mindfulness. Then it says comprehension and penetration. And this is a way of saying no matter how many books you've read or how fluent you are in Pali language or Sanskrit language or any other language, no matter how well you have memorized and can recite and give talks about the Dhamma, without it having penetrated, in the Forest Monk tradition, we say the heart. If it hasn't penetrated the heart, then it's not wisdom. It's information. In fact, I would say the use of the word knowledge. It's just some information we've acquired. We have mastered it on the intellectual level. In other words, our brain has worked very well, and we can prove it by the way we write or talk, but it has not been transferred to the heart. And that's where true wisdom will arise. I've lost my place here. In other words, first-hand realization. There's no substitute. Patient endurance is the supreme practice for freeing the heart from unwholesome states. So here we are reinforcing the concept of gradual and complete realization In order to do that, we need patient perseverance and strong determination. The emphasis on the next several of these quotes is on being patient. In my own case, it was one of my major character flaws. Virtually my whole life, things were not fast enough to suit me. Waitresses or waiters were not serving fast enough. The food wasn't coming fast enough, etc. Somebody was failing to meet my expectations, which were always a sign of my own impatience. And it says, freeing the heart from unwholesome states. So these impatience is an unwholesome state, along with quite a few others we'll be touching on as we proceed in the book. Patience is the leading principle in practice. This eagerness, this impatience, this expectation, this kind of demand that our practice should proceed according to our wants, our desires, our frustration, anger, disappointment, disillusionment, that our practice is not where we want it to be. All of that is the problem. The lack of patience will be the root of that problem. And until we see that for ourselves in our daily life, in the way our mind is functioning, we can't begin to address the problem. We will accuse other people or the teacher or the teaching or the situation or the environment. We'll find some reason to blame this frustration on somebody or some place, some situation other than our own mind. So we won't see it if we haven't been practicing self-awareness, self-observation, and the nature of the human mind is to always disguise our flaws and our defects and try to present them as virtues. So what do we say? A wolf in sheep's clothing, or a Trojan horse. It looks like something nice. We want to think the best of ourselves, but hidden from our view, we might even use the word subconscious, from our conscious mind, are qualities that are causing us to suffer, and until we expose them for what they are, we will continue to suffer. So the next one says, patience is essential. If you wish to be successful, we can be certain that it will require a level of patience. The practice requires endurance. Endurance is a strong word. I think of marathon runners, people who climb tall mountains. There are people who swim long distances, etc., and endure many kinds of physical hardships. Think of people who sail across the ocean alone in a small boat, or even the endurance of relationships or situations at work that are difficult for us. So we patiently practice noticing how the mind is tricking us, deceiving us, misleading us. Striving persistently to the limit of one's endurance. My image of this is Lord Buddha after maybe 5 years of practicing various kinds of austerities and meditation practices and developing many supernormal powers. The one where he only ate a few grains of sesame seed or rice a day. He said when he touched his navel, he could feel his spine. So he persisted and persisted and persisted. And this is essential. He came to the realization this was not right practice. This was not right effort. This was a self-torture that led nowhere. So when he had that insight that it's more than just forcing oneself to endure a kind of torture, he sat down under the Bodhi tree, and then he said, I'm not getting up even if it kills me. So he switched his perseverance, willing to take it to the max, to the limit of his endurance, which might even be death. And in that night, practicing correctly, right effort, right insight, right concentration, he was successful just in one night. So here's a mixed message. We should try and try and try again. There's also a time when we should really question, deeply question, whether the technique we're using is the best for us, the most appropriate for us, and yet we shouldn't abandon it just because it's difficult. I said in the previous talk, I don't have the magic answer. We just keep trying to keep our feet on the path. That might include changing a technique we've practiced for many years, trying something a little different. So practice patient perseverance. We could say practice is patient perseverance. A solitary, ardent, resolute, vigilant. So solitary, we talked on a previous talk about solitude, finding a place that limits or restricts the noises and the smells and of the normal society, the normal cultural sounds, street noise, dog barking, TV on, people laughing and joking, etc., things that can easily disturb our meditation. We try to find the quietest place we can. As our meditation deepens, our skill, the location will not be as troublesome for us. Small noises or loud noises won't truly disturb us because we're able to stay focused on the point of our concentration. Ardent means determined, sincere, resolute. Vigilant means awake. It's mindfulness. We have to really watch the mind all the time that we're not sitting on the cushion. It's much easier to watch it when we are on the cushion in our meditation, but this should translate into the ability to watch it when we're walking, standing, sitting, or lying down. It says ardent and resolute means being resolute, being earnest towards everything of every sort in keeping with reason. Now, as I've said, the Buddha starved himself nearly to death. He would faint as he was walking. He would fall unconscious, etc. And at some point, he did this for a very long time, reason, some element of reason, rose up and he said, this can't be it. This cannot be it. So we have to employ that. I mentioned before, I've had a number of teachers, and I devoted years of practice in several cases. And over time, I had doubts, which are normal. They're also usually the enemy. But I had doubts that I could not overcome, and I changed a teacher or I changed technique, and fortunately it proved to be the right choice. I was able to find two fully liberated teachers in Thailand, which I had not found in the previous many years of practice. Okay, we've reached the bottom of page 12 today. I hope you've gained some benefit. I hope you feel encouraged, strengthened in your practice. If you feel blessed in any way, would be nice if you would touch like or what do they call it? Subscribe, so that other people, maybe some you know or complete strangers, might stumble on this channel and gain benefit. So if I'd appreciate that if you feel it coming from your heart. Look forward for you to tune in again as we start page 13. Thank you.